Well, hello. Back to the third map. Saw versus Nemiga. And it is the knife round straight out of the bat. Now to decide which start these teams will begin on, which side they will start on. And yeah, Saw finding the Vertigo map, finding that second one. But yeah, the equalizer coming through, but it's now the final map to decide everything.
Yeah, Dust2. Where we end this best of 3 series, the gift that keeps on giving. But for Saw, well, isn't exactly a gift on Vertigo. They managed to close things out, but my word, did it get spicy in that second half. Nemiga pulling it back, but in 14-16, and very good Saw take it. But that makes me scratch my head and wonder what's going to happen on map 3. I feel like Nemiga, as much as I've said 2-0 Saw, I'm not a believer. I'm not a believer of the Saw movement. I can't lie. I think at this point in time, Nemiga too strong. The fact that, yes, you know, it was a 16-10 on map 1. There was a comeback in there, but it died out quite quickly. It was 7-8 rounds, and then it flopped completely. You know, Nemiga chained together, I think it was like 7, 8, 9 rounds on Vertigo to take it 16-14 on Saw's map pick. I don't see a way in which Dust2 is going to fall into Saw's favor, and already Nemiga finding themselves a man advantage in the pistol, and that's going to dictate quite a sloppy push, quite possibly, as Lollipop going to send their head off of Doto's shoulders, and just to follow suit, beautiful taps from him. And in a 2 versus 5, Arky and Roman left alone, no bomb, and so they're just going to go for a glory Hail Mary send out to try and do some damage.
It's a 2v5. Nemiga should be able to close this one out, no problem whatsoever. The bomb is at the other side of the map, as the 2 players would be getting some shots through. Arky is able to find one headshot onto iDlSBALANCE's box, finds the head of Roman. But yeah, as you said, I am really not feeling the Saw train anymore, right? Because we did talk about that that potential that they had getting that 2-0 at the start if they were able to win the first map on Inferno, but it didn't really go in their way, right? Nemiga were able to win that through, and I think it pretty much stems back to what we said on pregame, right? It's the fact that Nemiga, when it comes to aim and pure aim, it just seems that they might be able to do it, might be able to pull it up ahead of their opponents here. Saw, they just looked that much stronger, and seeing that they were so close in gaining that comeback in the end, it just feels like they may be able to do so once more. But Saw, they do have a chance on this, right? This is only the beginning of the map. Anything could really happen. So let's give them the benefit of the doubt here as Nemiga head into this one with SMGs all around. Deagles as well for Saw. We're seeing a little bit of a force spike coming their way. But, yeah. They are going to take that A-side approach, but I think Nemiga have got the right amount of people on that side to hold it down.
Flashbang out towards long. Box now going to tuck into close angle. Roman doesn't expect him. The flashbangs go high, and he actually, the opponent's one. Arky just nailing heads left, right, and center. Stood off, but he does find Box beyond the grave. Or rather, it was Lollipop, I do believe, in the wallbang collateral hedge maneuver. And Nemiga, 3 versus 3, and a scouting M4 in the wrong hands. At only a matter of time until Saw have to push, and it will be towards A. They can't afford to rotate towards B. They don't know where Nemiga are situated. They know that there should be a player holding A, but it's where that third player is, right? Is he going to be towards A? Is he going to be towards middle? Is he going to be towards B? Now, this smoke is a deep CT smoke. Love that lineup. And, in fact, blocked by Jo. Beautifully done. Now there's a gap, but he has fired right through it. So I think Saw now realised that he's blocked it. They're ready to go. And in fact, iDlSBALANCE has made his way around it as well. On top of it, in fact. And this could be a problem and a half as they flash on out. First found, second found. iDlSBALANCE making money. Left, right, and centre. Arky alone. No match to the MP9. A second for Nemiga. A 2-0 start. And Saw back on the pistols with no bomb planting in either round. And the money, it's dire.
Yeah, I mean, 3 kills at the end were also picked up by the MP9, so that just gives you a lot of money in the bag. And they would be extremely pleased with that. And of course, after that, Saw would have to go for the eco round. Can't really expend any more resources into buying up, as they have to make sure that they do have enough money to buy up on that third round. It's pretty much the standard in every game at this point. But Jogo pushing up aggressively here will get shut down here from Just. A nice little 1D there, opening things up, but they may risk losing a rifle here. That's why Lollipop is going to hold it down aggressively. The same goes for the player in lower tunnels. They can't afford to give that M4 to their opponents. That's why they're going to aggress here right back onto them. And it might work out here. Lollipop down to 1 HP, barely surviving off that trade, but he's able to find the headshot onto Roman, finally falling down from Doto, but nice little spray down from iDlSBALANCE will just end their lives. MP9's finding back the money they lost. Mutirius won't be able to get any of the fallen weaponry there. Rotates all the way back around to the B site. Not quite sure if Nemiga will expect this, but if Saw get the bomb plant here, this does make it fairly expensive.
Yeah. I mean, an expensive round is what Saw needed to cost, right? Nemiga now, 2 players, there's 2 M4s. It's not great. It's really not a great scenario to be in. They need to find this kill, and they can't afford to lose a rifle for it. Mutirius might be looking for a weapon, jumps on up, head caught out. Box will destroy him, and a third for Nemiga. But the investment still could be made. iDlSBALANCE at $9,000. That's an AWP node. Jogo can get dropped by MDS. Lollipop's got plenty of money to invest for himself. It's just a free round. This is a very easy round for Nemiga to reinvest. But Doto with an AWP, 4 AKs as well across the board for Saw. Their time is now to make the move. But I feel like if Saw can't make an impact and find themselves a first, we're going to be looking at a very definitive game for Nemiga.
Yeah, but Dust2 is one of those close matches, whatever side you're on, and Doto, he's able to find that nice little frag at the start, so he looks to challenge early on. That man is a beast with the AWP, but knocks out iDlSBALANCE as well. He also is. I mean, he's from the bench from Team Spirit, right? One of the Titan killers right now in the top scene of CSGO, but isn't in the main roster, so he's filling in for this week here for Nemiga. He's doing a stellar job so far this week, getting Nemiga on that 2-1 spot they are in right now, with potential of making it a 3-1 and qualifying onto the playoffs of Snow Sweet Snow. It's exactly what they would love here. Nemiga want to prove themselves that they're one of the top teams in this scene. Not quite sure if that AWP fell back right down. It did sound like it. So even though in his attempt to deny the pickup there for Saw, but slowly, they are going to try to peek through here from A-Long. Doto, he's holding down the line. Maybe able to find someone in that out corner, but just he might be moving up aggressively here. He's the man to lead the charge. Double smoke coming through on site as well. Like G-Grenade. Oh, that's a lot of damage inflicted onto the Saw side. They do have the numbers as advantages at this. Jogo pushing aggressively with a flash coming through as well. Box able to peek through, but Arky's able to find the headshot. And now Saw, they found entry onto the site. Smoke's covering their tracks. It's 3, not 2 even. Lollipop, he finds a headshot. Jogo as well. They join in the fray. Now things get difficult. Bomb not yet planted, running out of time. All of a sudden, Jogo's challenging. He may even go for the quickly play. Oh, sprays down, but they get the bomb planted. And Doto, he challenges him. MDS now in that 1v1, but Roman takes it aggressive, and Saw get their mark on this map.
Finally, they find themselves around Nemiga. All rifles dropped, admittedly only an AWP save for Saw, and so money isn't looking too great. Roman can reinvest, but everyone else, very poor buy. You're looking at possibly 3, 4 Galils, you know. There is an AK I do, or an AWP drop. So they have an AWP and 2 AKs and 2 Galils. So they've scavenged an alright buy out of this one. And Nemiga are going to be on the full eco. They can't afford to invest whatsoever. Wow. That shot from Doto, beautiful. Lines up the wall bang. A second one could be found as well if he wants to have a little cheeky spam through that right-hand door. But instead, he left. And that will not grant him any wishes, as now it seems to be everyone quite content on just simply playing passive. No one giving it away. Now, with a minute and 20, Saw have got plenty of options to move, but I don't see that the Saw too well right now. I mean, yeah, they've pieced together a round, nearly Zeus to death. And, you know, they have rifles and themselves some grounds, but you've got to consider, on that full buy that Saw won their first, they lost 4 players. That's damage done no matter what. And so for Nemiga, they know this round is just going to be their buffer. It goes to 3-2. They've got an investment coming up, and it's their chance to make their mark.
Does seem that way. Although a little bit of damage wouldn't be that too bad on their behalf this time. They'll take as much as they can chew. But just will end the deal there for MDS. Lollipop now down in mid. Spray down coming through the smoke. Won't be finding any damage onto him, though. But Nemiga, yeah, you said that right, I reckon. Nemiga, they know this is the buffer round. They know that this is not likely to go well, and they did challenge them really well with that fall buy. But Saw did win that out at the end of the day. So still challenging to gain the lead across their opponents. Although Nemiga, with the round advantage, will be able to buy up here on this 5th round. Now, Saw, they have a flawless round, and that actually builds up their economy a hefty bit. Although still with the Galils, will have to challenge the favorable M4s. But with iDlSBALANCE getting himself that M4, although he lost the trade against the Dodo when he previously had that, I reckon he may want to take it towards mid this time. Try and cause some more destruction to that early control of Saw.
Heading into round 6, they are going to be looking possibly to level things out. At the same time, though, if you're an Nemiga, you've got a great buy ahead of you. Why give up anything? iDlSBALANCE holding, patiently waiting. Molotov shoved him off the angle. And time slowly ticking away. Of course, Saw, plenty of chances. They've still got a minute and 25 to work with, so not all over just yet. But time ticking away. iDlSBALANCE spots out the first, drops away. And now, transitioning to this 5 versus 5. A minute and 10 to go. Saw, they've gained themselves a fair bit of map control, but it's quickly given up by the aggression that Nemiga have taken so long. And right now, you've got to wonder, well, what's Saw's next move? They can go short, but there's 3 players stacked towards A. The cavalry can arrive quite quickly. This nade could do big damage. No, wrong side, just slipping wide. And with 50 seconds to go, Saw yet to execute. Finally, they drop smokes, but it might just be that they go towards dead.
Completely juked out, but they gained a lot of information from that, right? They know that they're coming through. Lollipop knows exactly what to do with that. He's able to find a good angle onto them, finding 2 kills. MDS and Box join in on the fray, and Curious now left on his own. He's able to do a little bit of damage, but it's not going to be enough. It was down to a 1v5. He's able to find one, but that's going to be it as Nemiga continue with their winning ways and ease up ahead from Saw. So, yes, with that push, it was fairly aggressive from the Nemiga side, right? It wasn't expected that they would push up. That gains a lot of information, and knowing that they're pushing through, catch a couple of players off guard from Catwalk as well, but also give the information there from Lollipop to hold down the line from the scaffolding area right side of B window. So Nemiga, they're holding things down, but with Saw having that economy under the belt, they should be able to buy up one more, although the util isn't as favorable as the Nemiga side, as they might want to take this aggression, but Dodo with a beautiful pick at the start may allow them to gain traction in this round. Materia is pushing up aggressively. Nice little spray down to Lollipop. Smoke on CT as well. But with a peek coming through from Jayo, he does not fear to aggress with the AWP. Jayo with a second as well. Looking dangerous as iDlSBALANCE makes the warp work on the other side of the map. The double AWP setup working out really well so far of an Nemiga, but it's not too far off from Saw to handle. 2v3 as Roman may look to push here through the smoke, may catch Jayo off guard in a little bit of an off angle, but no, he will fall back instead, and perhaps it will be a chance for Roman another day.
Perplexed through the smoke, Jayo is caught out by Roman and now into a 2 versus 2. But yet again, as you mentioned, the AWP setup seems to be working out magnificently. Unfortunately, Disbalance will be on the wrong site though, by the looks of things, as Bomb will be pulled back towards tunnels, and MDS actually going to scoop up the AWP, and so this could be more damage done as they run right into the guillotine. He's spotted out, and instead of peeking wide, he looks to go for the bomb, drops it. 35 seconds to go. Roman 1 versus 2, and AWP's a whole lock down as well. This B slightly under threat by these sniper rifles, and Roman caught out by the AWP of MDS beautifully. And once again, Nemiga proving AWPs on Dust2, they are just the wand that does it all.
It is indeed. And it all started from that Materia trying to push through. But Jayo, I must commend the fact that he did not fear to push through with the AWP. He knew there were a couple of players there, and peeking it with that AWP really does not put him in a favorable position, but he did catch them off guard. I don't think Saw expected that either, and he was able to run away with that with 2 kills. So amazing stuff from Jayo. And being that secondary AWPer for his team, really working out so far. Saw on the back foot though now. Unfortunately for them, they'll have to deal with an eco round. Glocks all around, a couple of deagles here and there, and P250 onto Just. Apparently, players playing with a favorite. Oh, pistols, Lollipop!
Oh my god.
Okay. He decides to pop off, find a nice little 4K there, and I mean, they'll look to close the things up before Just is able to do any more damage, but I think Lollipop just decided to show off there.
That was unbelievable. What a 4K. Denied of the ace, but MDS will find him. What a round for Lolly. I mean, scooping up the pistol kills like that, that is just brutal. You see here, iDlSBALANCE gets the information and just bang, 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 bang. Just no problems at all. Lines them all up, shuts them down. Beautifully done. Nemiga, full buy. They've got rifles, they've got plenty of C as well. The flip side Saw in a similar boat. They've got the AWP, they've got AKs, they've got utility. But 4 rounds ahead, Nemiga lead on the CT side of Dust2. You can only wonder what is going to happen as this game continues to move forward.
Well, trying to push through. Double up setup here for iDlSBALANCE once more. Jay, you able to find a nice quick frag? And Saw will be holding it down. iDlSBALANCE continuing with this dominance on his AWP. And Justin Materis and Arky are the last 3 players from the Saw side trying to push through, trying to collect the pieces here on A long. Smoke's coming out as well. A little bit of a jump push may come through. They've run out of util. Arky could use it, but they may be able to find a nice little kill onto the iDlSBALANCE. Perhaps that's the opening. Secondary smoke coming out. Molly will not allow Box to aggress that forward. And that may allow them to push that more aggressively, get that bomb on site. But Lollipop, he continues to frag out with that AUG, still being a menace on short. Molly doing so much damage to Arky, down to 20 points of health. And that's going to be very punishing. Shigone joins another fray. Lollipop out sniping his opponent with the AUG while he wasn't with an AWP. Just on 2 mere health points, will be falling down as well. As MDS finds the final frag. And Nemiga with a 7th. As Saw, they're in a very tough spot once more. They went for the force bite. Lost bonus coming in. But now they're in trouble as Nemiga on a very equal-sided map, Dust2. They're able to ease up ahead from their opponents. 7-2 being the scoreline. And you can tell that Saw are under pressure right now.
Yeah, they take a timeout for it. And I think something to highlight as well, right? Lollipop, as you mentioned, the Augur's done wonders. 16 kills already for him inside 9 rounds is a statement to be made. But continuing on from that, right? In that round, I'm not sure if we noticed, but the bombers actually dropped on top of bomb site boxes. And so basically what Saw had to do is they had to jump up. And Lollipop noticed this. He knew that the bomb was there. He could see it as he scoped in with the AUG. And so instead of taking the immediate fights, he jiggled the angles, knowing that the bomb is still there. The bomb's still out in the open. Saw need to jump up for it. And so he jiggles out, fires a couple of bullets, tucks away, spots the bomb as he peeks again, continues to fire, tucks away. Beautifully well played. Does get caught out in the end, but still the damage done. Nemiga 7, Saw 2 as we head into round 10. I can only assume that there's going to be 8 on the board because Saw have got a terrible buy ahead of them.
They do indeed. Tech 9s all around. They may look to take it aggressive so far. Not pushing at the start. Knowing that Nemiga will be using some util. Potentially to have an explosive push onto one of the sites here. And it does look like it's going to be that A-long, right? A couple of players going through Xbox towards Catwalk. Does look like it's going to be the name of the game here. But they need to find that entry and not lose too many players in the process. That A-long side gives so much time for the rotations from B to come through that it may be their downfall, especially with not much util remaining. They do have a couple of smokes left, although they throw down a couple in mid. Will delay the rotations and gaining some info as well. May allow some picks. Lollipop pushing through, but MDS, he's able to find them. Box, as soon as they trickle in, he's able to find 1, 2, 3. That's a simple round for them. Yatiris now on CT. Surely they'll spot him out soon enough. He may be able to find 1 kill, but to not much success. Nemiga get themselves the 8th as short. Now this is a time where they need to fight back. Now is the time where they need to get themselves some rifles in their hands and start to perform, because Nemiga, they're just punishing them round after round after round and showing them that they are out-rifling them every single time.
Wow. What a round and what a start for Nemiga. With that, inside 10 rounds, they guaranteed themselves a half win. Saw on a reinvestment though. Orp, not going to be good enough to connect, and Jo just getting the information that there's players up close. This nade over the top, oh, it could do big damage, and oh, it doesn't. I thought it was going to score highly. Instead, low-balling completely as Materis down 1 HP, so reduced to 99. And you see now, smoke's coming on out. iDlSBALANCE holding down the angle close with the AWP. We'll try and slip right on around. Maybe spot the player through the corner. The smoke doesn't matter though, because Roman emerges right on through. The nade to try and find the second. Mutiri's going to spam on through, but Lollipop, beautiful response. And now, the remaining 3 players are going to funnel out towards long, and it's going to be right into the guillotine that Nemiga are holding down once again. Jo going to get boosted up. And doto now needs to smoke and molly the cross to try and flood out the players. Push on forward. There's a gap in the smoke. iDlSBALANCE nailing the shot through the wall. Jo finds the first, looking for a second denied. doto in response, but in a 4 versus 2, what can you do? Just finds the second, though. And so maybe the Tide pushing back Nemiga just a tad, but still, they've got hell work to do. They've got so much and not a lot of time to do it in the remainder of this half.
Not much usual either. I mean, they're in a really tough spot. Even here onto the A side with that cross, they need to find these frags. They need to outfrag their opponents in this one. But if Nemiga are holding down the line, if they're holding down the right angles, it should be impossible for them. But that's the final smoke going to come out. The only util that had available to them. And they are going to peek out. A little bit of a gap there. iDlSBALANCE not quite able to find the shot. Box holding down the line here from Catwalk. A wall shot coming through, but Box is able to find the headshot. Bomb gets planted though. That may be giving them a little bit of extra cast, but it should be game over for them. But just not going to give up just yet. He's able to find a little bit of a headshot there onto Lollipop, potentially finding the second. They're going to repeat together. They're going to push through. A little bit of a quickly attempt there from iDlSBALANCE, but it won't work out. Peek out wide, but Box finds him with the AUG. And Nemiga get themselves the 9th here on Dust2. And it looks like they've had enough of the shenanigans of Saw. It looks like they want to turn things back, but there's nothing that Saw can do at this point. Yet again, down in economy. Obviously now they may even go for the force buy. They are on that T side after all. Lost bonus at 3.4k per player. And they will get themselves those AKs, but they won't be comfortable with an AWP like they would have liked.
No.
Glass cannon.
Yeah. This is painful. It's so interesting to see, right, that Nemiga is just dominating on Dust2. And admittedly, we were both sitting here, Saw 2-0, we thought Saw had it in them. I mean, after watching Map 1 and Map 2, I think we knew that Nemiga were going to take Map 3, right? Even though Saw were able to put up a performance, even though they were able to maybe try and squeeze around possibly, or a couple, out of the Nemiga side on Dust2, but we knew that the way that Nemiga were playing, the way they were gelling together and forming unbreakable crossfires, it just proves that time means everything. And for Saw, they just can't get anything done right now. Mutiri's flashed, caught out, Lollipop. This man is everywhere on the map right now, and you just can't stop him. If you're Saw, what do you do to counter a man so fluid and a man so well-rehearsed and exercised on a map like Dust2? Smokes on the cross, double in fact, no scopes for Jo. Oh my god, they're getting very close. It fires up a third, in fact. Might even go for a quickly shot. Roman has caught out the head of Box though. And Jo might just boost his teammate on up. They spot out.
Oh, they line up!
21 kills to his name. Finally shut down by doto. Jo there with the response, just alone against 3. Has found the first, and Jo catches him out. AWP connects 10-2. Nemiga just continue to stomp.
I got a little bit excited there. Saw had the numbers advantage on that, and I thought, hey, maybe they could come back. But Nemiga, it was like they were never at a deficit. They didn't, like, even sweat. It was simple. Like, Lollipop just gets up there. I mean, they already pre-fired that spot, and he doesn't fear of his life at all. He's able to find the 2 kills, one after the other, gain themselves that numbers advantage, and just pull the pressure on the opponents. And we're seeing the Augs again. They're so dangerous here on the CT side. Nemiga bot going for them every single time, and it's working out. They may be able to find the 11th as well at this point, but Saw do have the deagles around. Now they will try and go for the solid buy. Won't go for the half glass cannon that they did go for earlier. Nemiga looking to hold down the line here on A long and B as well. Keeping mid open, but Saw they're not contesting it, so that's not going to be too big of a deal. But look at the lineup here. Reinforcements coming in. They can hear the commotion, but the peaks are coming through. Shots coming out, but Roman, he finds one. Mutiri's as well, as Box finds another. iDlSBALANCE holds down the line, but doesn't have any reinforcements. Needs to stick around because he doesn't have any more health. Roman pushes out. Mistake here from Nemiga will cost them. A little bit too overeager, a little bit too greedy, but Jo, he's still going to hold it down. Smoke out, he will push aggressively! That's who I peek! MDS finds the other, finds the final kill, and Nemiga, it's like they never were pressured. Nemiga find themselves the 11th and Saw, with not many rounds remaining now, are like, huh, what are we doing wrong?
Can we get a replay of that? What a shot. Look at this. First shot, okay, class. Second one, you're Jo. A player's gone past you. Look. Oh my god. Makes it happen. Roman has to spin around and trade, and MDS swings right on through the smoke as well. No problems at all for Nemiga. And heading into the penultimate round of the first half, you can only scratch your head and wonder what on earth has happened. Saw down by 9, just sliced out of this best of 3. What was a very possible scenario for them has turned sour in so many senses. As right now, Saw, they're fighting for an 11-4 half. They're not even fighting for quite possibly a half win. They're not fighting to stop Nemiga from double digits. They are fighting quite literally for a chance in the second half. And yet again, it's been denied. Jo caught right on through that smoke though. Nade damage good from Lollipop, who's 22 and 10, may I remind you. Unreal scenes from him. Flash on out. Arky going to try and scoop up the gun possibly, and he does so. An AK in his hand at a 4 versus 4. MDS holding things down though. This could be big. If Saw don't check this angle, he could be in the best position possible.
But he will try and change it up in the end. We'll go on that little corner there. Not quite sure if he got spotted out though. Roman, a little bit too busy trying to get the push through, but he's getting that off angle instead. Flash coming out. Oh, won't get spotted. Oh, they don't check it. This is huge. Could get away with 3. He's able to find 2 though, but Roman is able to shut him down just in time. Rotation's coming in, but it is a 2v2. This could favor Saw finally. Bomb does get planted. Molly out coming in from window, but both of these players have defuse kits. They can take their time, but they run out of util. A couple of flashes though for iDlSBALANCE. Smoke coming out from tunnels as well. They will try and go for it. A little bit of a gap though there, as Roman will push through. Both coming out from window. Flash will be the start of the game, but no, Roman is able to find a spray down box onto one. Arky on the backside here has the right lining onto it. They are able to get one finally. Third round here from Saw with 1 round remaining in the half. And Nemiga, they just dropped one. But I mean, even if they do, it's still a very, very good half here for Nemiga, right?
Yeah, no, and you'll see that buy is going to be quite shaky for Nemiga because Saw have done the damage, but the thing is this conversion was so late. In round 14, they needed to find something more crucial earlier. They couldn't have afforded to find it this late. Jo getting tagged through the door, but as I was saying, right, effectively Nemiga constantly taking bullets from Saw. Saw are doing damage, but they couldn't convert. And now they have converted. It's way too late. It's too far gone. And the investment is going to be poor, but it's 11-4. Oh my god, this balance.
I surrender. iDlSBALANCE. That is dirty. My man. Absolutely devouring them. I mean, they don't have the better economy. They don't have the ult, but they're still finding ways to punish Saw, even when they're out in the open, even when the numbers don't favor them. But Box even finds a spray down onto Arky there. Like, how do they allow that to happen? But Saw, they're able to find 1 more kill here. So Saw's still in this, and they'll be able to get themselves onto Catwalk here, potentially find the round and get that bomb plant. And with 2 players on A long, it might be difficult to punish.
Oh, Roman. Nails another shot. Not like this. Nemiga giving up a lot of control towards A, and you can only feel for the Saw guys. They performed so well. 2-0 they're at, and it seems to be that 2-2 is imminent. MDS are 1-for-1 and an AK in the wrong hands. This could be big. Nemiga, I thought they were down and out for the count within this round, but actually, in a 2 versus 2, every opportunity's presented itself. Lollipop executed just down below, and he'll catch out MDS as well. Beautifully done by the Portuguese. And very well done for Nemiga. 11 rounds on the board.
I'm feeling deja vu.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm feeling deja vu.
Yeah. It's 12-3 both times, and now we get an 11-4. I don't know. Maybe we see a 19-17 for Saw. I hope not.
I mean, that would make things exciting. That would make things, that would give things a little bit of a ring to it. 3 maps in a row, having some sort of a milestone comeback. But it is weird seeing these advances being gained here on the T side here on Dust2. I mean, and we saw it on Inferno as well. Like, Inferno isn't the most T-sided map. To be honest, many consider it being a CT-sided map. And statistics have shown recently that the T-side have been able to punish it, have been able to close down the gap, and it has turned to be fairly equal in standings. But when they get the ball rolling, it never turns out the way it does. And now we're getting this 3 rounds in a row. It seems like these 2 teams really like playing on momentum, and if they lose it, it just goes back the other way. They're not playing round for round. It's not a close game in the fact that both of the teams are gaining one round after the other. It's not like it's a tug of war. It just feels it's a series of dominance from each of the sides until they reach their opponent's scoreline, until they get themselves to that close finishing score of, I don't know, the 14th round or the 13th, 15th round, until things get scary and are mentally pressuring you. That's when things get ugly. Maybe we'll see it again.
Maybe. 45 seconds on the clock. Nemiga are going to have 3 players towards B, 1 man towards middle. doto going to take the engagement and, in fact, swing right on up towards the window area. Utility might flood on through now, and Just will give the information quite quickly. That's going to be the window smoke, the flash on out. Lollipop. Beautiful headshot finds the first. doto trying to tap down another. Jo just jumping up and down. He doesn't know what's up, what's left, what's right. But iDlSBALANCE yet again finding a kill for him and his side as with 15 seconds to go. The bomb comfortably going to get planted. Nemiga now in a 4 versus 3. They can continue to apply the pressure. Roman goes aggressive. Don't take the short engagement against the Glock. Arky will punish him eventually, but it will be the pistol to Nemiga. 12-4. And now, if Saw can pull this back, then we might see a repeat of the first 2 maps. But I don't think there's a way in hell that Nemiga will be able to slip T side like this. I don't think there's a way on earth that Dust2 will go at least beyond 25 rounds. I mean, it could close out in 20. It really could.
It really could indeed. They only need 4 more rounds, right? 16th is a magic number. And Nemiga very close to it, getting the better buy-in as well. AK-47s and Galil's, mostly Galil's. Scout in the hands of iDlSBALANCE, he's a monster with that weapon. AWP, Scout, if it's scoped, he can just destroy heads. He can just destroy his opponents. And on Dust2, it's an AWP's paradise. He finds the damage onto doto through the wall there. Molly coming out. No one in car though. But they are going to challenge here on the A long push. So many times Saw has fallen on this area of this map. But the tide has changed right now. They've changed sides. Arky, he's able to do damage onto iDlSBALANCE. But likewise, he finds some onto himself. Jo finding the final frag onto Arky there. But Saw, they've rotated literally everyone. Well, not literally everyone, apart from one. But he's on his way there, right? So doto is able to find one. Making his presence known here with a scalpel with 1 minute remaining. Starving their opponents from information. Still, they're lingering with the rotations. MTS finds a beautiful headshot onto doto as they are looking through. Smokes finally come out, but they could get themselves on site. Roman spraying through, not really finding too much damage, but does reveal his position. Potential for a boost here, as Just is holding down that angle, but it is a 3v4. The numbers definitely favoring Nemiga, and Lollipop holding back alongside A long. They have all sides covered. Not much Saw can do. Peeking through, Just is able to find 1, make it 2. Lollipop, he's able to punish him now. Down to 2v2 though. Bomb yet to get planted. Now they're in a tough spot. They're scared. Rightfully so. Saw just devoured them at that point. They were 4 versus 2. Now, well, 4 versus 3. Now down to 2v2. Mutiri's peeking through out long. Lollipop peeking it out though. His shot connected, but not the headshot. Therefore, it's not going to be fatal. Roman, they know exactly where he is, but he's able to find it. Now he can pick up the Galil. It's longer distance favored. But is the bomb planted for him, though? Can Lollipop punish this? Roman knows exactly where he is right now. It's just a matter of time.
I think he can defuse.
He's not sticking it, though. He's not sticking it. And that might pay for him, because if he stuck it... Oh, he finds the kill, though!
Does he have the time? No way.
He doesn't. No defuse kit.
He's gonna run towards pit, grab the AK. He might even fall before he gets there. No, he'll survive. Just.
Man.
But Nemiga 13, a bomb plant, but they've lost all 5. That is a dire scenario, and Saw might just invest into this one. And I wouldn't blame them if they do. They had an AK save, and they know the money for the Nemiga side won't be too great. Instead, they decide to sort of half buy. They shove themselves into a very unfavorable scenario. So they are going to be playing from 14 effectively. They've got 1 AK on Roman, and that is it for this round. And Nemiga now are going to try and head towards A. They know the pistols won't do the work as good as it will towards B than A. And so with round 18 underway, Nemiga now once again applying the pressure, once again looking towards A, and they will find themselves on an empty bomb site if they execute at the right time.
Molly's thrown out now. Yet again, Nemiga look to tackle the A long side, although Saw, they took a lot of damage that round. Roman only managed to refuge that AK-47, salvage it onto the next round, but look at the rotations. They're catching Saw off guard. This is a beautiful play. They expect that a rotation going to come in, and with the pistols now from Saw, they need to stack. Keeping a couple of players onto the B site was never an option, and now they'll be unspotted crossing through. No one was watching mid, so it wouldn't even matter if they had their heads up. But no one will challenge us. They just need to push through aggressively. If they take long, maybe Saw will rotate. Now they realize that something is going on. Now they're turning their attention towards mid. Maybe they realize Nemiga might go for this, but they're just putting all 5 players onto the B site right now. I don't think they're even going to go to lower tunnels. It's just going to be the B site. Smoke going to come through as well. Flashes as well. They know exactly what's going on, but it's just way too late. 5-man retake here for Saw, but it's just pistols all around, just the AK for Roman. I just imagine he'll want to save that. The B site of the Dust2 is arguably the hardest map to the hardest site to retake. And Saw, they know this. There's no way in hell that they're going to go for this.
Absolutely. Beautifully played from Nemiga. Just manipulating the play from Saw. They debated the A site completely. They threw all their forces at it, made the noise, showed the players, showed the presence. And at the end of it all, they still decide to go towards B. Well played. iDlSBALANCE tagging up Arky. And they now know, right? They spotted the man in spawn. Okay. No, caught out completely. That's a Mac 10, I do believe, on box. Yes, it is. So it will just be saved. I mean, it's a weapon, though, that sort of probably won't even want to take heading into this round, right? Because Nemiga, they've got plenty of money to buy AKs. And let's say with Saw, they've got money to buy M4. So what is the need in keeping this Mac 10? There isn't. And so just drop it on the floor. They were more than happy to allow Box to run in and die with it. But Lollipop, 27 kills.
That is dangerous, man. Lollipop, he's popped off this game. Props to him. He's been performing out of his mind this third map. He may have had a little bit of absence towards the Vertigo side when Saw was able to win that map, but he's definitely showing up here. He's definitely showing up here on Dust2, and he needs to. Saw now do have the full buy they require to even challenge the buy of Nemiga, to even challenge them in this game. We've seen the comebacks come, right? We didn't see the entire full-on comeback, so we didn't see it executed completely, although we saw the difference makers come through. We were at that 14-4 scoreline that turned out to be 16-10. We saw the 13-3 that ended up being 16-14. So we might be seeing something similar here as Saw are able to find that first frag, but being Dust2, it isn't that more difficult for Nemiga to get themselves T-sided rounds. Smoke's coming out here from mid. They may try to get themselves onto the B site, and they're stucking up right now, and Roman has to find the frags.
Beautiful. Roman finds one. Muteris back and forth, and a very nice mop up. 4 players survived. Nemiga now are going to be fighting quite possibly for a 16-5, but the money isn't too great, and so they'll invest in this one. Some players with rifles, some with deagles, possibly. Some with Galils, as expected. I was going to say. Lollipop may even just opt for the Deagle Kevlar, and that's about it. And no, he saves. Yeah, there you go. Okay. P250, armor, 2 flashes. Fair enough. Heading into round 20, though, it isn't exactly a scenario in which Nemiga have lost. You know, these 4 rifles could do big damage. Box. Oh my god. Sipping all the way up short already. Information now gathered, though, and that nade landing beautifully into tunnels just is going to get tested now. Flashbang in, caught blind, beautiful first. Ooh. They need to find the trades. Back and forth they go. A slugfest that it is, but Saw now the man down, and the B site obtained by Nemiga. I thought this round was going to be the hardest one of them all on the T side, but they make it look too easy. As the bomb goes down, they're now a man disadvantage on a retake on the B bomb site. As you mentioned, X-Warrior, the hardest site arguably in the game to retake. And Saw have no choice but to save.
They do indeed. And Nemiga, 4 players strong, will be able to survive on to the next round and keep their AK-47s in their arsenal. And Saw, they can say the same for 3 more rifles, but what a solid take from Nemiga. And if Saw wanted to retake that, they needed that frag. But Nemiga weren't going to take any chances. They held back, held their ground, knew that they got the job done. And if they aggressed, it would have been too risky. But Nemiga are being composed right now. Know what they're supposed to do. Know how they're supposed to close out this game. Maybe looking for some extra util as they are running low on some. Perhaps an AWB to be picked up. So, yeah, won't be able to find that. They'll have to invest their own money into it. They don't have the money for it, though. So that's the only thing missing from the Nemiga side right now. They are on match point, 15-5. It does seem like it is going to be Nemiga's pick. It does seem like Nemiga should be able to close things out. But without that AWP early on, it might not be the way they wanted to. Saw might be able to close things out. And I'm saying might over and over again because nothing is certain. The series have proven this so far. So they're finding that entry frag there. Blind as well. Nice little frag from him as JU was able to try and push through, but gets denied. And now Nemiga onto the A-site offense with a lurker of Lollipop down in lower tunnels.
What a shot. 4 versus 5 scenario. The Orb claiming its first victim, Nemiga. They are going to be looking lively, but look at this. 3 players out towards long. They don't know this. Utility's coming on in. They won't expect them to be this close. Arky's going to drop the molly for the cross, but it won't do anything. He, in fact, drops the bomb. Finds a second. Beautiful from Arky. Might even be able to chip in for a third as well. As iDlSBALANCE tagged and converted. Arky, a monster, keeps the dreams of Saw alive, but at 15-6, at what cost can Saw keep investing? For now, Nemiga probably going to eco $1,900 loss bonus. They don't have to invest. They can simply buy, or in fact, they've invested. They took after round 20. They've gone, you know what? If we could do it 2 rounds ago, what's stopping us from doing it again? And they do exactly that. They reinvest. They bring back everything possible into this round. And heading into this one, I don't see a reason why they can't.
Absolutely not. Force buy, though, coming in from Nemiga. Looks like they don't want to give away from the momentum that they perhaps have built up. But Saw, they've got a solid lineup here. 4 AK-47s on the defense side. Now, they need to drop these weapons if Nemiga need to can find the entry. It's not going to be too easy for them. Although they know some sort of commotion is coming towards the B site, Ichigone's not going to do too much damage. Roman is able to find a nice, beautiful spray down. Finds 2, but it does damage to 3. Just joins in on the fray. He's able to find the other 2. And MDS all by himself here in mid. He's just here to cause damage. Nemiga went for the force bite, not going to work out. And just like that, may even have to eco 1 more after this. The loss bonus will trickle in as well, but I don't think they'll try and go for it. MDS hiding out, not spotted out in that corner as Arky is able to push through. But yeah, MDS at this point, I'm just interested in what endeavors he'll try and go for. You know, which is his target. We will try and go for, but I don't think he'll have any chance in coming to this round. Now he's doing some more doing some more noise. They know exactly where he's coming from. Just hears his footsteps. Nice little headshot there from him, but that's going to be that. So, 3 players remaining in the end, so they're able to build up an economy that could potentially finance a little bit of a comeback. But Nemiga's still on match point. I don't know, man. I don't know. It kind of seemed like it kind of seemed like on the previous 2 maps that it was on the more believable terms, but I don't know. I don't think I'm sold on this one just yet.
No, I most certainly am not either. I don't think there's a way that Nemiga lose this, to be honest with you. Like, we've seen the dominance happen this game so far. There's no doubt about it. Utility being lobbed up towards top middle. Nemiga just going to try and hold on. This grenade from Utiris could do big damage if he sends it in the right place, right time. Molotov instead, so forcing Nemiga away, and in fact that'll be the smoke fade. So in fact they might spot the push for short. Utiris spots out 1, 2, 3, denied of a 4th, but he will find himself a 3k within the round. An 8th on the board for Saw, but Nemiga still at 15, have money to invest, and I think this is where it collapses. I think it's all over in this round.
Yeah, I mean, that was a confidence play there from Saw. They're able to find themselves a clean 5-kill round, though confidence might be all, because right now, Nemiga, they're at a spot that are going for the small buy, not even investing for the force. They want to make sure that they have an AWP fully stacked up on Util, fully stacked up on Kevlar and Helmet. Therefore, they're just going for the pistols right now. I think that is sensible from them. I think giving away 1 round here doesn't really matter. They know in the grand scheme of things, if they have themselves the right amount of economy and can sustain themselves to the latter stages of the round, it should work out fine for them. Though, I don't think they have found many weaknesses on the defense side of Saw so far here on Dust2. They've been able to exploit A long so far, but I think that's been it. Maybe the B site, but that was due to a rotation. So, Saw not doing so bad here on the CT side, right? Not doing that bad, and holding down yet another one-sided round would be absolutely perfect for them. HG grenade being thrown out straight out of the smoke. Just will have to fall back. He's able to find a nice little spray down, finding 2. iDlSBALANCE jaws out from the smoke. Roman is there to help out. It should be a 1-2-3 simple round box. Only is able to find 1. But Roman finishes off the job. So, Wasn't expected Nemiga to win this. This is the round that we've all been waiting for. This is when Nemiga spent 2 rounds to try and build their finances for it. AK-47s all around. AWP and iDlSBALANCE. Full utility everywhere. Let's see if they can finish this one out here.
I have no doubts. I have no doubts that they'll do it right now.
Right now? Okay.
Underweight. Yeah, round 25. It's all said and done, I think. Nemiga looking way too strong on their T-half. Unless if Saw can pull off an unthinkable amount of rounds. Molotov's being deployed. doto finding MDS. Beautiful shot. 4 versus 5 now. I'm wondering, possibly Saw make double digits. I mean, it shouldn't. It was an 11-4 half, right? How is this happening? It shouldn't. Nemiga throwing away important rounds.
No.
Roman, you will catch Lollipop blind eye. Disbalance to trade, so a 3 versus 4 scenario. Box slipping in towards mid and actually made his way all the way across.
I don't think they know where he is.
Oh, no, they do know he's out, but I don't think they
He
know he's in the close corner. And they are going to have to trade. Box does it. doto finds another, though. So it's iDlSBALANCE to do it all. Smoke towards door. The cross on in. A 1 versus 2. An AWP to do it. If he peeks 1 place per time, he could actually find these jewels. I don't know why Saw is split up here. This is confusing. You're running into an AWP. You know iDlSBALANCE is alone, so why face 2 different angles at different times? Why don't you face together? Why don't you go together in the first place? It baffles me. And iDlSBALANCE has been given great chances. That smoke is going to possibly draw his attention. Mutiris, though, spotted.
Oh, no!
1 HP! 99! Oh, no!
Oh! I like the potential there from iDlSBALANCE. I like how he could have done it in the end, but somehow Mutiris is able to survive with 1 health point. Now, Nemiga, they spent 2 rounds of eco rounds to try and give themselves this force buy, to try and give themselves this lovely buy that they had, but Saw were able to find the first frags. Nemiga was able to turn things right back around, but not enough. And now it's 5 rounds in a row here for Saw.
Do you know what? The most aggravating thing about that for iDlSBALANCE is that literal 1 HP has just separated themselves from winning this game. Like, there was no doubt in on AWP 1 versus 1, iDlSBALANCE was going to win. And I'm not saying iDlSBALANCE is a better AWPer than doto, but in a 1 versus 1, when the bomb is so far ticked, the AWP has to go aggro. And iDlSBALANCE will hear the noise, make the steps, whatever it is that doto will do, to give that round away completely. And so, Saw saved by a wall in round 25, but heading into round 26, it's going to be, oh my god, iDlSBALANCE. Firing a shot through, doesn't connect. Instead, it will be Saw on the front foot, piecing together many rounds in a row. Jo looking possibly for some aggression. That nade doing big damage. And Jo peeks on up, spams. No, missed. Just. He's enabled himself to find the opener. And Nemiga already down a man with 58 seconds to go as well. Plenty of time for them to calculate their next approach. But at the same time, is that going to be enough in a 4 versus 5? I don't think so. They've got to find a 4 versus 4. They've got to explode out on a site. Mutiris dropping the nade on through. It's not going to do much. It probably shaves about 10 HP all in all. Exactly that. Box down to 90. 35 seconds. Forever counting down. And I think this will just be all said and done. I think that this round's going in favour of Saw already. Unless Nemiga can pull off the unthinkable.
Flash coming out here from doto. The unthinkable is what Nemiga want right now. 4 versus 5 is what they need. 3 players across the A alongside. A little bit of a jump boost coming through. First shot missing though from doto. Already aggressing. 1 in Goose. They have the information available, but Mutiris and doto are holding down the line, not permitting Nemiga to push through. And this is hurting them. 2 versus 5. MDS finding the headshot in iDlSBALANCE as well onto Roman. Maybe turning things around, but there's not much time to plot. No time indeed. If they want to win this, it's just kills, but 3 seconds is not going to be enough. MDS going to be the sole survivor in that round for the Nemiga side. Close round, a little bit chaotic, but they left it too late, and they won't be able to clutch it up. A short 11th. And how is this happening 3 maps in a row, Retro? I don't think I've ever seen a best of 3 series turn out like this. Ever.
Why is one team so dominant and then the other team so dominant in the map? I just don't get it. It's
not
not like
even
sides
one-sided
as well.
maps. They're not even one-sided maps.
It's not like we're playing Nuke. I'd expect this on Nuke. but we've played probably well, I'd say the least. It's not exactly the least, but we didn't play Overpass and we didn't play Nuke. And we still ended up 3 times in a row where one team has made double digits considerably in the first half. And then it's gone very close overall. This is the round that Nemiga need to start piecing together. It's damaging this round, but the fall buy in the next needs to happen. And I mean, if you're a Saw fan, you are going to be believing, you're going to be spamming all those love hearts in the chat, hoping that Saw can make it work. Mutiris to find one. Lollipop. Nope. Denied. Mutiris with the second. AK scooped up in the hands of Box, but at the end of the day, it just doesn't matter. With 1 minute and 10 to go, Nemiga, their demise is imminent. And it will be possibly towards the A site in which it will head towards. A Dink with the M4 did 10, but a body shot does 40. Cheo taken down to 54 already. I think Saw, they're just going to pick up the pieces. Their puzzle slotting in quite nicely together. With 45 seconds to go, they're looking to take this to 15-12.
They could indeed. I mean, Nemiga, I do think they'll challenge this. I do think they'll try and go for a few more kills, try and disrupt their opponents, maybe show them that they're still confident in their plays. And Box, that was fairly overeager from him. He's able to find one, but I think Roman has caught them all off guard. It's just up to iDlSBALANCE. He does have the bomb, but now his position is compromised. Shot there, missed from doto. We'll try and go for a repeat iDlSBALANCE. Not so wise to peek that against an AWP, but yeah, Nemiga being on match point for what has seemed like an eternity. Saw slowly closing things out on that 12th. Like, at this point, I'm not sold of the comeback until Saw hit that 13th. But they're so close to that now, where now I'm thinking, if Nemiga lose their next buy round, we may be looking at an overtime. This is their buy round. This is where they use literally everything.
Hold on, though. There's a timeout. And we know Nemiga from map 1. But when they called a timeout, they made it work, right?
It was 2 back-to-back timeouts as well.
Yeah, maybe they only need it done in 1 this time. That's what I'm assuming. I think Nemiga, they just used that time to reset. I bet you there was no, like, in-game leading done during that timeout. I reckon that timeout was specifically for everyone. Shut up for 30 seconds. Compose yourselves. Just prepare for the round ahead. Figure out what the problems are. And patch them up within this round. It isn't like Nemiga are playing badly. It's just Saw outclassing them. And so they need to find something right. iDlSBALANCE looking for a shot down mid-doors. Can't do much. Lollipop on screen. Your star performer arguably for the first half in Nemiga. But a serious drop-off in the second has left this map to be quite congested. 15-12. And we continue to see how things go down. Time winding away. Box dropping the flashbang high. Going to go for the cross. Nade damage good. And Nemiga, they've taken big damage and they haven't dished out barely any.
They haven't indeed. Box down to 48. Lollipop down to 65. Looking like Nemiga can't find any entries anywhere. They're attempting it. They're going for it. But every single time they go at some point, some sort of nade is thrown at them. Some sort of a spray through the smoke or a wall is going to disrupt them. And with 1 minute remaining, they may be leaving it too late again. I mean, last time, the time got the better of them. This is one of their final buy rounds. It's pretty much do or die for them. I mean, they will be able to get themselves one when Saw is on the 14th, if they do lose this one, potentially. But then the pressure is really on for them. Then that's when things get too dangerous. The Saw would be approaching their scoreline, would be approaching that map overtime state. But they are looking like they want to take it towards the A site. No one pushing towards long. It's going to have to be a full-on catwalk approach. 3 players along this A long side. They are going to start pushing through. Arky and Mutiris holding down the line. 16 seconds remaining. They're biting with time. Why are they taking it so long? doto is able to find one. Mutiris as well now. The pressure is on them. It's like they can't pull away with the decisions. They can't decide on what they want to do. And it will turn out to bite them in the arse because Saw, they're getting themselves a 13th. Potential with a 14th if Box loses his life here. It looks like he will. No more rifles remaining. It's only Jogo with one in his hands. And my word, this is looking very, very dangerous here for Nemiga. Saw, now they're on the 13th. Now I'm thinking, honestly, this could be the comeback.
I'm at a loss for words. Nemiga, I've realised they're not. It's not that Saw are outclassing them. Nemiga have given up. Why is Box peeking with an AWP with 5 seconds to go into 2 rifles on low HP? You're losing your life after time, and now you're in a predicament where you are on a Galil on the last round of the game. There is no stopping you from buying an AWP now or having an AK. You will be charged at full price and at full deed that you're going to be losing the one-shot headshot potential. This is poor from Nemiga, I feel like. This doesn't reflect, I think, the level that they're at. And Saw, there's no discredit to them whatsoever. Chat is going to be ecstatic with this one, as Saw fans are going to be congratulating them on this comeback. But of course, as you mentioned, it's not all over just yet. There is round 30. There is a chance for another buy. There is a chance for survival. But will Nemiga do it? I mean, it's looking abysmal for them so far. So I don't know how they're going to change up heading into round 30. Damage done already towards B. Molotov to push the players away. Magnetic to push them back. Force them away from the angle. Smoke in as well. Won't exactly do them any favours, excuse me. With 45 seconds to go, iDlSBALANCE out towards middle. Do they know? Muteris does though. And it's Roman to find that headshot. Beautiful first. And Nemiga. Jo's already at 14. MDS at 70. There's no way. Flashbang on in. Lines up one. A second. Might just be looking for a third here. But it's Arky that rips the head off MDS. And Box taken down. Last round of regulation. Maybe a 16-14. But I think we're going to overtime here.
Oh, it does look like the way. I mean, Nemiga, they're playing so scared. They're playing so scared. They knew they were going to lose this one. And they still held back, expecting that their opponents will push through. But that's not going to happen. So they're more clever than that, right? They're not going to throw away their rounds. And that's 9 rounds in a row right now for Saw. Nemiga's been on match point for what seems like eternity, but this is their final buy in this. This is do or die. This is what will determine 16-14 win for Nemiga and qualification to the knockout stage and overtime. 2 different factors that could bring 2 completely different results into this game. But Nemiga, they're lining up outside A-long right now.
4 of them, in fact. There is MDS towards lower, who might just cause some turbulence with their approach towards the A site. But Nemiga, they threw the early utility. And look, this is something that I think people run at my level, right? The pleb level.
The pleb level.
I would say the pleb level, where you push a player into pit and then you force everyone round to B. Because you know this pit player, right? MDS has some utility. He can throw a cross smoke. He can throw a flashbang. He can try and misconstrue the A execute. And that will in turn force a player around, take their attention a little bit off of B. And that puts them in a great factor. But they are all towards lower though. And they might push out towards short. This could be smart. If Muteris needs to get 2 kills. If he doesn't find 2 kills on short right now, it will be over. In fact, there is a second man to back them up, and there you go, 2 kills. Yeah, this game's overtime. MDS has found 1. They need a hell of a comeback in this, in a 3 versus 4 scenario. Admittedly, MDS is still towards the short angle, who has found another headshot, who has joined the fray completely. And in fact, now, DlSBALANCE towards long with the AWP. This could be the crucial round. I said it was overtime, but I'm actually going to hold my breath for just a second here. As the bomb is set in place, a 3 versus 3, and Saw need to retake. Do they even know DlSBALANCE is here, though? Do they even predict? Just spotted.
Spotted, gets the kill.
This is it. Your last push. And Saw might have been pipped at the post, but hold on a second. Doto spotting out one. Jump shot. No. Denied. A second one. Gonna peek on up, and there is no way this man's winning it. Nemiga, the last possible round. Make it work. Now, hold on a second, though. It's not done just yet. Eagle in hand. Spamming on through. Does he have the time? No miss shots. It's done. Doto knows. Oh, does he have it?
He doesn't. He doesn't have the time.
No time. 16-14. My word, is that a series to remember.
The craziest best of 3 series I've ever seen. And I'm not saying in matters of skill, I'm not saying in matters of being a close game. I'm saying this in matter of momentum.